We had been married a little over a year when we found out we were expecting. We were so overjoyed. This would be the second grandchild on Josh's side of the family and the first on mine. The first few months of the pregnancy were pure bliss, anxiously awaiting to find out if our baby was a boy or a girl. The day after our 20-week anatomy ultrasound, I received a call at work from my OB. I'll never forget that call. You're going to want to sit down. Your baby has several defects: a heart defect, cleft lip, and a brain anomaly. We went back for additional ultrasounds later that week. The defects were confirmed, and we were referred to the University of Michigan for care. We were asked if we wanted to terminate the pregnancy. That was never an option for us. While we were scared, we put our faith in God and started meeting with specialists. We named our baby Savannah Rose and was determined to celebrate and enjoy her upcoming arrival despite the devastating news. Over the next months, we learned more about our baby's birth defects and tried to prepare as best we could for what was to come. We had been told to expect an initial surgery a few days after birth, followed by a month's hospital stay with returns to the hospital later in the year for her cleft lip and palate surgeries. On May 4th, 2017, Savannah Rose was born 4.5 weeks early at 5 pounds, 12 ounces. She wasn't breathing, and her purple body was whisked away in a matter of moments. Outside of a short visit on our way back to the recovery room, Josh and I wouldn't see her for hours as they worked to stabilize her. The first time we held our baby girl was 5 days after her birth and right before we laid her in a hospital bed to be rolled down to the operating room. This heart surgery would buy us some time to let her get bigger and stronger before her first of 3 open heart bypass surgeries that would convert her heart to use only the right side. Savannah recovered well from that first heart surgery. Each day, she grew stronger and fought so hard. Preparing for discharge just a few weeks after her birth, she was diagnosed with severe central sleep apnea, where her brain forgets to tell her body to breathe. These episodes were terrifying. She would stop breathing and turn blue as we tried everything to wake her up. These episodes were too severe and affected the oxygen levels in her blood. She ended up requiring a tracheostomy so she could be hooked up to a ventilator that would breathe for her. The doctors are hopeful she will grow out of the sleep apnea, but it's likely she will have the trach and vent for at least the couple first years of life. Savannah also required a G-tube for feeding, as she has not yet been able to take a bottle and needed a more stable feeding tube than the one placed down her nose. At 2.5 months of age, and after 6 months and 4 rounds of genetic testing, Savannah was officially diagnosed with CHARGE syndrome. CHARGE is an extremely complex syndrome affecting many body systems. The physical complications of CHARGE vary wildly from child to child. Now that we have a diagnosis, Savannah will be screened for other complications that are commonly associated with CHARGE, such as hearing loss, vision loss, and balance issues. Children with CHARGE have an increased mortality, especially in the first 2 years. There is no way of knowing exactly what additional complications she will have throughout her life, but we will fight alongside our charger through every challenge thrown her way. We are still impatient at CS Mott Children's Hospital here at the University of Michigan and will be for at least the next 3 to 6 months. Savannah has never been home, and she cannot be discharged until she reaches 12 pounds and big enough to trigger the at-home portable ventilator. At 3 months of age, she is currently 8.5 pounds and is struggling to gain weight. We long to bring our baby home, but we know that she is in the best place possible for her care. Savannah has a long list of birth defects: interrupted aortic arch, unbalanced AVSD, HLHS, persistent superior vena cava, bilateral cleft lip, bilateral cleft palate, club feet, severe central sleep apnea, obstructive sleep apnea, a deformed right ear, and hip dysplasia. But that doesn't stop her from being a happy baby. It's such a blessing to see our sweet baby girl meet milestones even though she's growing in a hospital. At 3 months of age, she is starting to enjoy sitting up, she reaches for her daddy, plays with toys, and has a personality 100 times her size. Savannah has so much ahead of her. We're currently preparing for her first open heart surgery in the coming weeks. We don't have a date for the surgery. As with many of her medical issues, we cannot plan for a date. Surgeons will operate when her body begins to show signs of failure. Waiting as long as possible before the operation gives her the best chance of making it through the surgery. In addition to the 3 open heart surgeries, Savannah will have at least 1 cleft lip surgery, at least 1 cleft palate surgery, surgery on her ear, and is likely to require surgery for her hip, all within the first couple years of life. It is likely she will have multiple additional surgeries throughout her life as she grows for each of her various defects. More than anything, we need your prayers. Prayers for the surgeons, wisdom for her team of specialists, strength for Savannah, and peace and guidance for us as we navigate caring for and making decisions about her care. Please know that we truly and deeply appreciate all of your thoughts and prayers. We are comforted to know that so many people care so much about our precious baby girl.